Okay, now that we have our doors added, we're ready to start inserting some windows into the house that we're creating. To do that, I am going to first open the south elevation. We can see that here, and then we're going to go ahead and come up here to the architecture tab and choose window. Once we select that, we're going to come over here to the modify place window section. Under the tag section, we're going to uncheck that tag on placement, so instead of it being blue, it will be white. Then, much as before with the doors, we look at our properties. We have one style of window, various sizes, but it's just a fixed glass window. We need to load in some other styles, so we're going to go into load family. We'll get this error message. We'll click OK. We'll go over here and click the My Computer icon, go to the global drive, underscore templates, Autodesk, Revit US Imperial Library, click this other folder, and we'll scroll to the bottom because remember these are in alphabetical order, and double click on Windows. Inside of here we only need to load one style of window. That would be this casement 3x3 with trim. I'm going to select that and hit open. It'll load, and now we have that in here. It only has 3 set sizes, so we're going to go ahead and just leave it set to the 36 by 48 for now. We're going to go back here in a little bit and create our own custom size. We're going to place these windows just in an approximate location. We zoom in here on the south elevation as our ground slopes down. Here I'm going to place 2 of them, and they might go underground here, but that's okay. So I'm going to place right there, and remember the placement's arbitrary. It doesn't really matter where we place those. After I place, I'm going to click modify to get the window off my mouse. Alright, now I'll come over here to project browser. So I've placed those on the O1 lower level just from the elevation view. So if we double click that in project browser, we'll open it, and you'll see that we don't have a window showing up here. But if we come down here and hover, you can see the windows there. We just can't physically see the window symbol from the top view here. It is out of the view range, so we need to change that so we can see them on the plan. To do that, I'm going to come back to my properties tab. Now that I don't have a component, build component selected, I'm just here on the floor plan properties, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll down here in my properties, and I'm going to come down to the extents section. Whoops, there it shot back to the top. Come down to extents, and I'm going to modify or edit the view range of this level. I don't know why it keeps going to the top, but scroll down and click edit. We're going to modify the cut plane. It's cut at 4 feet. Okay, we need to change that a little bit to say 7 feet. And once we hit apply, we'll instantly see that our windows show up down here. Now we can see them to modify them. So after we do that, we hit apply and OK to close out of that. And then we need to get these spaced properly. So if I come in here, I'm just going to click on this one, and the distance from this wall is what we're going to set for the first one, and we need to set that to 2 feet 6 inches. I was pretty close there. I'm just going to come in and change it 4 to a 6. Yours might be different, but change it to 2 feet 6 inches. Then the second window from center point, the center point of the first one to the second one needs to be 9 feet excuse me, 6 inches. Press enter, and it's saying there's a conflict, so I'm going to close that. Oops, I moved the wall instead of the window, so I'm going to hit undo there. So I'm going to say 2 feet 6 inches. Then this one, I need to select that window. I don't think I selected that window. Between the two, I need to make it 9 feet 6 inches. That was my problem there. I forgot to select that second window, so make sure you select one window, change it, select the other, then change the measurement. So after we have that, we have them placed properly. If we go back out here to our 3D view, everything still looks okay. Mine is not running into the ground. If yours goes under the topo surface, you may have to go back and select the topo surface from the site plan and modify the elevations, but I think we should be okay. Everybody should be alright on that. Now we need to add a couple more windows, but to do that we're going to create our own window style at this point. Well, we're just going to modify a window style. So I'm going to go back to Project Browser and open up my south elevation here. And we're going to modify these so they're our own custom size, because I don't know why here it's showing it's underground, but in the 3D view we're okay, but we're still going to modify this size. We're going to select this window here. It's on the left. I'm going to come into the properties of that window. I'm going to say edit the type. Okay. And we're going to duplicate this style of window to give it its own size. So hit duplicate. It asks us to rename it. We can just hit the backspace button and we're going to say 36 by 36 square now is the new name of this window. Click OK. Then we actually have to come down here under the dimensions and change the height from 4 feet, which was the original window we were making a copy of. We're going to change that to 3 feet. So now the height is 3, the width is 3. Then we'll click OK. That's going to change that window there just in case we do have it running into the ground. And we're going to now select the window on the right. We can click our properties drop down and see our new window is now here in the list. Before we only had 3, now we have 4. So I'm going to change them to be both that smaller size. Then the last thing we're going to do while we're in this view, we're going to align these windows to this top level here. Alright, so I'm going to hit the align button. When I come down, I'm going to make sure I am selecting the retaining wall. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click the very top of my window. It'll move it up. I'm going to align that same line again into the top of the other window, and now they're aligned perfectly at the top of that level. Okay, so if we zoom out, that should be our end result. Okay,